Are we
Big part.
on?
We're on.
Hello, folks. Bill and Brian with Energy Rogue. Brian, roll the logo. Hey, Brian. Today we're going to talk about angles or NGLs. And is it processing or is it processing? I guess it depends on which side of the Atlantic you're on.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
So, so yeah, we need to talk a little bit about NGLs and processing because it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and location and where it is, and so on and so forth. So
Well,
let's start.
let's
Let's
start
start.
way back in the Wayback Machine.
Let's
You know,
well the Wayback Machine all the way to the well.
Well, no, let's go all the way back, do a little bit of history. So when when they start first using natural gas, they weren't pulling the liquids out of it because, yes, exactly, it's
Oh,
sleepy stuff.
sorry,
It's sleepy time.
you were getting into history. That really.
So basically, what they do is that when they make gas where it's cleaner burning, more efficient burning, they pull the associated liquids out. Then they started finding out things they could do with that liquid. It's really simple. Basically, all they do is they get it cold. Because when you get natural gas cold, depending on how cold you get it, certain things drop out, and that's the processing part. And what's the result of that is the natural gas liquids.
Yep.
Which sounds like an oxymoron, but it actually is how you get the gas drier. And the drier the gas, the more efficiently it burns in your furnace and in your stove, as long as you still have them. And in any kind of process where you're using the heat.
Well, and it gets to a correlation with the C's. You know, the C's of what is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, and those C's have a higher heating value as you go down, which is why the MMBTU to MCF varies depending on the content of C2 through C6.
And not to get way deep in the weeds, but every processing plant will talk about its GPMs. Now, GPM is not a sports car model. GPM stands for gallons per MCF. So that's how many gallons of liquid they get for MCF. The drier you are, the less GPMs you have. The wetter, what they call being wet, in other words, more liquids in the gas stream, that gives you higher GPMs. And
so typically you'll see a statement that looks something like this that'll have ethane, propane, isobutane, normal butane, isopentane, normal pentane C6, and GPMs next to it, right?
And that's right. And typically, the further down you go, the more valuable it is as far as price per gallon.
Yep.
So that is really the quick and easy way of understanding what NGLs are. And the processing piece basically is how efficient can I get those liquids out? And every processing plant, usually based on its age, there are two different types of processing, but basically based on their age will tell you how efficient they are. So this has been going on since the 1940s. And so some of the older plants are now all gone away. The newer plants are much more efficient. And depending on what type of formation you come out of, depends how wet your gas is. And that's a marketing term on the market side. On the operation side, when someone talks about how wet gas is, they're talking about water. They're not talking about natural gas liquids.
Yep.
So when someone use the term wet, you need to ask, are you talking about water or gas liquids? Typically, if they're in the field, they're talking about water. If you're in marketing or in processing, they're talking about liquids, natural gas liquids.
Well, and a lot of the newer production has the capability called ethane rejection. And ethane rejection, tell us what that is, Bill.
So when you go to ethane rejection, what you're talking about is you can actually I hate that term. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use the term actually. When you do ethane rejection, what
To
you
be
do,
honest.
I know, to be honest, I was going to lie to you, but to be honest,
As I told you, it would be absolutely, totally, and in all other ways inconceivable.
yes. So when you reject ethane, what you're trying to do is pull the ethane liquids out because they're more valuable as a liquid than they are as a gas. So that decision is usually based on how efficient.
So that's
you're
when you
trying to-
recover, when
Right.
you're extracting the
Right.
ethane.
You don't
Yep.
have to extract it because you can by changing the temperature, you don't really have to extract it. And so sometimes ethane's more valuable as a gas. If the gas price is up, if the gas price is down, it's more valuable as a liquid. So that's sort of the toggle switch you have for most stuff. Now you have to, it affects all the other liquids when you do that, but not, I mean, propane more significantly than all the others.
So here's a sample. This is a spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you in a
Oh
minute.
boy, a spreadsheet.
I know. Well, this is good for demonstration purposes. We actually have something that we model this programmatically so that somebody can see what their rejection elections look like. So on ethane, you may, on recovery, recover 92 to 95% of the liquid in a recovery mode. But then you're also, if you're rejecting it, you're not going to be able to reject all of it because a lot of it has to do with the efficiency and temperature, but they may be able to leave most of it into the gas stream or the natural gas residue stream and only recover 15%. But because natural gas and ethane have different price points and different heating values, that results into what we call recovery versus rejection election. And based upon the GPMs, based upon the recovery factors, you're going to come up with an economic choice. And that's why we developed this. This is a generalized model for 6 GPM MCF production, and what the monthly value of 10,000 MCF a day would be under recovery or rejection for next month. And as you can see, our model projects next month we're going to be in recovery. The month after that, we're going to be in rejection. So that
Sound the alarm.
Okay.
You're going to technobabble, Brian.
Well, that
So, but
impacts
the other
a-
line is it's not always an economic decision.
Yep.
Because at the tailgate of the plant, you have pipeline quality, and if you reject too much ethane, you can actually change the value of the property. So it's not always financial. Sometimes it is a quality issue as well.
Yep.
Shit, I
So-
always do that. I always mess up some mundane detail.
So, guys, reach out to us, contact us. We'd be more than happy to help you go through this a little bit deeper. But
Yep.
I think we've almost got you snoozing right now. So let's get out of here, Brian. Why don't you take us out of here?
Okay. Hey, listen, reach out to us. Our contact info is down below, and you can email us. You can book a call with us. So we'd be happy to help you. And Rogue Edge, which is what you just saw, that is $89 a month. And if you're curious about it, just reach out to us. So thanks so much. Hope you have a great day.